16 items that transform homes when seniors finally let them go. Right now, there's something in your home silently stealing your peace. It's been there so long you don't even see it anymore, but it's making every day just a little bit harder. Maybe it's that heavy armchair blocking the hallway, the exercise bike buried under laundry, or the massive entertainment center eating up your living room wall. What if I told you that thousands of seniors have discovered a simple secret to instantly making their homes feel 50% larger, cleaning 75% faster, and sleeping significantly better at night? They didn't renovate, they didn't move, they simply identified and removed specific items that were quietly diminishing their quality of life. If you're ready to transform your living space in ways you never imagined possible, smash that like button right now and subscribe to our channel, because today's video could change everything about how you feel in your own home. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until item number 8. It's the one possession that almost everyone hesitates to remove, but those who do say it was the single best decision they made for their daily comfort. Your living space should energize you, not exhaust you. It should support your movements, not obstruct them. Today, we're exploring 16 specific items that countless seniors have intentionally eliminated from their homes, and the results speak for themselves. Rooms that breathe, pathways that welcome, and a sense of lightness that permeates every corner. This isn't about living in emptiness or sacrificing comfort. This is about conscious curation, keeping what serves your current lifestyle and gracefully releasing what no longer does. Each item we'll discuss has been carefully chosen based on real experiences from people who made these changes and never looked back.
Item number 1. Unused exercise equipment taking up prime real estate. Let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the treadmill in the bedroom. Countless homes harbor expensive exercise equipment that promised transformation but delivered only frustration and guilt. That stationary bike, elliptical machine, or rowing equipment seemed like such a smart investment when motivation was high and joints were more cooperative. Margaret from Phoenix shared her story about a premium treadmill that dominated her master bedroom for 6 years. "I kept telling myself I'd use it tomorrow," she explained. "But every morning I woke up looking at this massive machine that reminded me of broken promises to myself. It wasn't motivating me, it was judging me." The space occupied by unused fitness equipment represents more than square footage. It's emotional real estate, filled with good intentions gone stale. These machines collect dust, create visual chaos, and often become expensive clothing racks or storage surfaces for everything except exercise gear. The psychological impact runs deeper than many realize. Robert, a retired teacher from Minnesota, described how his unused exercise bike affected his daily routine. "Every time I walked past it, I felt this little ping of guilt. It was like having a constant reminder of personal failure right in my living space. When I finally donated it to the community center, I didn't just gain floor space, I gained peace of mind." Modern fitness doesn't require large equipment. Simple bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, or walking outdoors often provide more sustainable, enjoyable activity than machinery that requires motivation to climb onto every single day. If your exercise equipment has become furniture, it's time to question whether it's serving your wellness goals or undermining them. Consider the ripple effects of removal. That space could become a meditation corner, a reading nook, or simply an area where you can stretch comfortably each morning. Sometimes the best exercise equipment is no equipment at all, just clear, open space that invites gentle movement.
Item number 2. Oversized entertainment centers from another era.
Remember when entertainment centers were the crown jewels of living rooms? These massive wooden fortresses housed everything from VHS collections to elaborate sound systems, creating impressive focal points that spoke to technological sophistication and organizational prowess. Today's reality tells a different story. Patricia from Denver described her transformation. Our entertainment center was probably 8 feet wide and 6 feet tall. It held a tiny flat-screen TV that looked ridiculous in all that space, some old DVDs nobody watched, and a bunch of electronics we couldn't even remember how to use. The thing was so heavy it took 4 people to move it when we finally decided to let it go. These behemoths often block natural light, create cleaning nightmares, and dominate rooms in ways that no longer serve modern living. Today's televisions mount on walls, streaming eliminates physical media collections, and sound systems fit in your palm while delivering superior quality. The transformation stories are remarkable. After removing their wall-to-wall unit, Patricia and her husband discovered their living room was actually much larger than they remembered. We could fit a comfortable reading chair by the window for the first time in 20 years. The whole room felt like it could breathe again. Natural light reached corners that had been shadowed for decades. The cleaning factor alone makes removal worthwhile. These units create multiple surfaces requiring dusting, crevices that trap debris, and awkward angles that make vacuuming a frustrating puzzle. Without them, floor cleaning becomes a simple, straightforward task instead of an obstacle course. Consider replacing massive entertainment centers with sleek wall-mounted solutions or simple low-profile media consoles that serve current needs without overwhelming available space. Your room's proportions will thank you, and daily maintenance becomes exponentially easier. Item number 3. Bulky kitchen appliances collecting dust. Kitchen counters tell stories of culinary ambitions. That bread maker, juicer, food processor, or specialty cooker once represented exciting possibilities and healthier eating goals. But somewhere between purchase and present, these appliances transitioned from tools to obstacles. Linda, a retired nurse from Florida, candidly shared her kitchen revelation. I counted 11 small appliances taking up cabinet and counter space. When I honestly assessed usage, I realized I actively used maybe 3 of them regularly. The rest were just making my kitchen feel cramped and my meal preparation more complicated, not easier. The psychology of kitchen appliance accumulation often stems from aspirational cooking rather than practical needs. We purchase items for the meals we imagine preparing rather than the cooking we actually do. That pasta maker seemed essential when dietary changes were fresh motivation, but months later, it's gathering dust, while simple cooking methods handle daily needs perfectly well. Storage space is precious real estate in any kitchen. When cabinets overflow with rarely used appliances, finding frequently needed items becomes an archaeological expedition. Counter space disappears under equipment that promised efficiency but delivered clutter instead. Martha from Oregon described her post-purge kitchen experience. After donating 6 appliances I never used, I suddenly had counter space for meal preparation. Cooking became enjoyable again because I wasn't constantly moving things around to find workspace. The kitchen felt organized and functional for the first time in years. The financial guilt associated with unused appliances keeps many people stuck. But keeping expensive equipment that adds stress to daily routines isn't honoring that investment. It's compounding the loss. Someone else could benefit from these items while you benefit from reclaimed space and simplified meal preparation. Item number 4. Decorative chairs that serve no purpose. Walk through many homes and you'll discover chairs positioned for appearance rather than function. These decorative seats occupy valuable real estate while serving as catch-alls for clothing, bags, books, or random household items that need temporary homes. The bedroom chair phenomenon is particularly common. Sarah from Texas explained her experience. "I had this beautiful upholstered chair in the corner of our bedroom. In theory, it was for sitting while putting on shoes or reading. In reality, it was where I threw clothes every single night. Instead of making the room look elegant, it made everything look messy because there was always something draped over it." These chairs create visual clutter even when technically clean because they interrupt sight lines and make rooms feel more crowded than necessary. In bedrooms, they can interfere with natural movement patterns, especially during nighttime navigation when lighting is limited. Bathroom chairs present additional challenges. Humidity creates mold and mildew problems, while floor space in bathrooms is typically at a premium. A chair that seemed practical for towel storage or occasional seating often becomes a slippery hazard that complicates cleaning routines. The psychological impact of removing unused chairs is often surprising. David from Colorado noted, "I didn't realize how that chair was affecting the room's energy until it was gone. Suddenly, the bedroom felt calm and spacious instead of cluttered and cramped. It was like the whole space could relax." Consider whether decorative chairs actually enhance your daily experience or simply occupy space that might be better utilized. If they're not providing regular seating or serving a specific daily function, their primary contribution might be creating more surfaces to maintain rather than improving comfort or convenience.
Item number 5. Coffee tables that dominate living spaces. The oversized coffee table has anchored American living rooms for generations, but these substantial pieces often consume disproportionate amounts of space while creating navigation challenges and maintenance headaches. Large coffee tables can transform comfortable seating areas into obstacle courses. Eleanor from California shared her story. "Our coffee table was huge and heavy with sharp corners. Every evening I had to carefully navigate around it to reach my chair, and I probably bumped my shins on it 3 times a week. It was especially challenging in dim lighting when I was getting up for water during the night." The maintenance factor is significant. Coffee tables accumulate items rapidly. Mail, remote controls, magazines, cups, decorative objects, creating constant organizational challenges. Their surfaces require regular cleaning and styling to maintain visual appeal, adding daily tasks that might be unnecessary. Safety concerns multiply with age. Large tables with sharp corners, low heights, or heavy construction can create tripping hazards or injury risks, particularly for individuals with mobility changes or visual challenges. The transformation after removal is often dramatic. James from Michigan described his experience. "When we finally moved that massive coffee table out, it was like someone had doubled the size of our living room. My grandchildren could play on the floor safely, and I could move around freely without planning my route. We replaced it with a small side table next to my chair, and that handles everything I actually need within reach." Consider whether your coffee table serves daily functions that couldn't be better addressed by smaller, more flexible solutions. Side tables, TV trays, or rolling carts can provide surface space without dominating floor area or creating navigation challenges.
Item number 6. Guest room furniture for visitors who rarely come. Many homes maintain fully furnished guest spaces for visitors who arrive infrequently. These rooms often house substantial furniture pieces, beds, dressers, chairs, desks that remain unused 95% of the time while consuming valuable square footage. Helen from Arizona reconsidered her guest room strategy after tracking actual usage. I maintained a complete bedroom setup for guests who visited maybe twice per year. Meanwhile, I was cramped in other areas of my house and could have used that space daily for crafts, exercise, or simply having room to move around. The psychological burden of maintaining unused spaces is real. These rooms require cleaning, heating, cooling, and maintenance despite providing no daily value to residents. Furniture in unused rooms can develop problems from lack of air circulation, and bedding requires periodic washing to prevent mustiness. The opportunity cost represents more than space. Guest rooms often become catch-all areas for items that don't have designated homes elsewhere, creating cluttered spaces that actually provide poor hospitality when visitors do arrive. Alternative approaches can serve occasional guests while freeing space for daily living. Air mattresses, convertible furniture, or multi-purpose rooms can accommodate overnight visitors without permanent space dedication. Many families discover that guests actually prefer staying in active, comfortable living areas rather than formal, sterile guest rooms. Consider whether your guest preparations actually enhance hospitality or simply consume resources. Warm and welcoming common areas often create more pleasant visitor experiences than dedicated rooms that feel disconnected from household life.
Item number 7. Display cabinets full of forgotten treasures. Glass display cabinets once showcased prized possessions, china collections, figurines, awards, travel souvenirs, or family heirlooms. But over time, these showcases often become maintenance burdens, housing items that no longer spark joy or interest. Rose from New York shared her display cabinet revelation. I spent every Saturday morning cleaning that glass case and dusting every single item inside. But when I really looked at what I was maintaining, half of it no longer meant anything to me. Some pieces were gifts I never liked, others were travel souvenirs that didn't bring back happy memories, and the rest were just things I'd accumulated over decades without really choosing to keep. The maintenance requirements for display cabinets are substantial. Glass surfaces show every fingerprint and dust particle, while individual items require careful handling during cleaning. The time investment in maintaining these displays could be directed toward activities that provide current enjoyment rather than preserving past acquisitions. Display cabinets also represent static decoration. Their contents rarely change, contributing to visual stagnation rather than reflecting current interests or experiences. They can make rooms feel like museums rather than living spaces where growth and change are welcome. The emotional weight of inherited display items keeps many people trapped in maintenance cycles. But honoring memory doesn't require preserving every physical object. Selecting a few truly meaningful pieces for simple display often provides more emotional satisfaction than maintaining extensive collections out of obligation.
Consider items that genuinely bring current joy rather than maintaining comprehensive collections. A few beloved pieces on open shelving or integrated into daily living areas often provide more pleasure than extensive displays behind glass.
Item number 8. End-of-bed benches that create obstacles. Magazine photos showcase elegant bedrooms with upholstered benches positioned at bed footboards, creating sophisticated styling that appears both functional and beautiful. Real-world experience often tells a different story of obstacles, maintenance challenges, and unused furniture consuming precious bedroom space. Nancy from Ohio described her bench experience. That bench looked so elegant in the furniture store, and I imagined sitting there to put on shoes or having a graceful place to fold laundry. In reality, it became a permanent pile of clothes, blankets, and whatever I was too tired to put away properly. It made changing sheets more difficult, vacuuming around the bed more complicated, and getting up at night more treacherous.
Bedroom benches often interfere with natural movement patterns, particularly during nighttime navigation when lighting is minimal and coordination might be compromised. They create additional surfaces that attract clutter while providing minimal functional benefit for most people's daily routines. The cleaning complications extend beyond the bench itself. These pieces create awkward spaces underneath that trap dust and debris while being difficult to access during regular maintenance. Bed making becomes more complex when furniture obstructs natural movement around the mattress. Safety considerations multiply with age. Benches positioned in pathways can create tripping hazards, particularly in dark bedrooms or for individuals with mobility changes. They can also interfere with emergency exit routes that might become important during health crises or other urgent situations. The bedroom should represent sanctuary and ease rather than navigation challenges. Most people discover that removing footboard benches creates more peaceful, functional spaces without sacrificing any genuinely useful features. The items that accumulated on bench surfaces usually find more appropriate homes when the temporary resting spot is eliminated.
Item number 9. Oversized dining tables for households that have shrunk. Many homes retain large dining tables, sized for families that have grown and moved away. These substantial pieces consume significant floor space while providing far more seating than current residents require for daily living. Frank from Michigan reflected on his dining situation. Our table seated 8 people comfortably, but it had been just my wife and me for over 10 years. We were eating at one corner of this massive table while the rest of it collected mail, projects, and random household items. The dining room felt overwhelming instead of inviting, and we found ourselves eating in the kitchen more often than using the formal space we were maintaining. Large dining tables create maintenance challenges beyond their surface area. The spaces underneath require cleaning, but can be difficult to access, while the tabletops demand regular clearing and polishing to maintain appearance. Chair maintenance multiplies these tasks when multiple seats require care despite infrequent use. The psychological impact of oversized dining furniture can create feelings of emptiness or loss rather than comfort. Sitting at tables designed for larger gatherings can emphasize solitude rather than creating cozy, intimate meal experiences appropriate for current household size. Right-sizing dining areas often transforms both functionality and ambiance. Smaller tables create more intimate meal experiences while freeing floor space for other activities. The maintenance burden decreases significantly, and rooms often feel more proportionate and welcoming. Consider whether your dining setup serves current needs or maintains past configurations that no longer reflect daily reality. A table sized for actual usage patterns often provides more satisfaction than oversized furniture that emphasizes what's missing rather than celebrating what remains.
Item number 10. Fake plants that have lost their appeal. Artificial plants once provided low-maintenance greenery for homes where live plants seemed impractical. But over time, these synthetic additions can begin detracting from, rather than enhancing, living spaces through dust accumulation, fading, and dated styling. Barbara from California described her artificial plant awakening. I had silk plants throughout my house that I thought looked realistic and beautiful. But when I really looked at them after years of dust accumulation and fading, they made my home feel tired and fake rather than fresh and welcoming. Some were so dusty they looked gray instead of green, and cleaning them was more work than caring for real plants would have been. Dust accumulation on artificial plants creates maintenance challenges that often exceed the care requirements for living alternatives. Intricate leaves and branches trap particles that are difficult to remove completely, while cleaning processes can damage delicate synthetic materials. Fading and deterioration are inevitable with artificial plants, particularly those exposed to sunlight or high traffic areas. Colors become muddy, materials become brittle, and realistic appearance deteriorates over time. What once enhanced room aesthetics begins contributing to visual staleness. The psychological impact of obviously artificial elements can subtly affect room ambiance. Spaces filled with fake plants can feel less alive and authentic, contributing to environments that seem staged rather than lived in and loved in. Living plants, even low-maintenance varieties, contribute genuine life energy to indoor spaces. They improve air quality, respond to care with visible growth, and create authentic connections to nature that artificial alternatives cannot replicate. Even minimal greenery often provides more satisfaction than extensive artificial arrangements.
Item number 11. Old entertainment systems with outdated technology. Vintage stereo systems, massive speakers, and elaborate entertainment setups once represented technological sophistication and audio quality. Today's compact alternatives often deliver superior sound while consuming fraction of the space these legacy systems require. Robert from Texas shared his audio evolution story. I held on to my old stereo system for years because I remembered how impressive it was when I first bought it. But honestly, I wasn't using it anymore. My phone and a small Bluetooth speaker provided better convenience and quality than that whole wall of equipment. When I finally cleared it out, I couldn't believe how much space I'd been giving up to technology that was actually making my life more complicated rather than better. Large speaker systems create cleaning challenges with multiple surfaces, cords, and crevices that trap dust and debris. They often occupy prime wall or floor space that could serve current needs more effectively than housing equipment that rarely gets used. The technological reality is that modern audio equipment provides superior sound quality, convenience, and integration with current devices. Holding on to legacy systems often means sacrificing these improvements while maintaining equipment that requires more effort to operate than contemporary alternatives. Safety considerations include heavy components that can become hazards if bumped or moved, extensive cord systems that create tripping risks, and electrical equipment that might not meet current safety standards. Consider whether your entertainment systems actually enhance daily life or simply occupy space out of habit or nostalgia. Modern alternatives often provide better experiences while freeing substantial square footage for more current needs. Item number 12. Seasonal decorations that rarely see use. Holiday and seasonal decorations accumulate over years of enthusiastic purchases, but storage boxes often contain far more items than actually get displayed during relevant seasons. These collections can consume significant storage space while providing minimal joy or use. Patricia from Oregon evaluated her decoration storage. I had 4 large bins of Christmas decorations, 3 boxes of Easter items, and containers for every season. But when I really looked at what I actually used each year, it was maybe 20% of what I was storing. The rest was either damaged, outdated, or things I'd bought impulsively but never really loved. I was dedicating an entire closet to storing things that mostly stayed in boxes. Seasonal items often deteriorate during storage through moisture, pests, or simple aging. Colors fade, materials become brittle, and decorations that once brought joy begin looking tired or dated when finally retrieved. The psychological burden of extensive seasonal collections includes both storage management and decision-making fatigue. Large collections require sorting, evaluation, and selection processes that can make decorating feel like work rather than pleasure. Curating seasonal collections to include only genuinely beloved items often increases decorating enjoyment while dramatically reducing storage requirements. Quality over quantity approaches create more meaningful seasonal celebrations without overwhelming maintenance demands.
Item number 13. Entryway furniture in tight spaces. Small tables, benches, or storage units positioned near doorways can seem practical for keys, mail, or packages. But in narrow entryways, these pieces often create navigation challenges rather than convenience. Michael from Florida described his entryway situation. I had this narrow table by the front door that seemed perfect for mail and keys when I first put it there. But every time I came home with groceries or packages, I had to twist sideways to get past it. Visitors often bumped into it, and it made the entrance feel cramped instead of welcoming. When I finally removed it and installed wall hooks instead, the entryway felt twice as wide and much more inviting. Entryway furniture can create safety hazards in spaces where people are managing packages, keys, and door operations simultaneously. Tables with sharp corners or protruding elements become collision risks when attention is divided during arrival routines. The maintenance requirements for entryway surfaces often exceed their utility. These areas accumulate mail, packages, bags, and random items rapidly, creating visual clutter in the first space visitors see upon entering homes. Wall-mounted solutions often provide better functionality than floor-based furniture in tight entryways. Hooks, shelves, or organizers mounted at appropriate heights can handle all necessary items without consuming floor space or creating navigation obstacles.
Item number 14. Bathroom seating that creates more problems than solutions. Small chairs, stools, or benches in bathrooms might seem practical for towel storage or occasional seating, but these additions often create maintenance, safety, and space problems that outweigh their benefits. Linda from Georgia shared her bathroom chair experience. I kept a small upholstered chair in our master bathroom thinking it would be elegant and useful, but the humidity made it smell musty. It was always in the way when I was cleaning, and honestly, I never actually sat on it. It just collected towels and made the bathroom feel more crowded. Removing it made such a difference in both space and cleanliness. Humidity creates ongoing challenges for bathroom furniture through mold, mildew, and odor problems. Upholstered pieces are particularly susceptible to moisture damage that can create health concerns and unpleasant smells. Safety risks multiply in wet environments where furniture can become slippery hazards. Chairs with legs can shift unexpectedly on wet floors, creating fall risks during vulnerable moments when balance might already be compromised. The space constraints in most bathrooms mean that additional furniture often interferes with natural movement patterns, door operations, or cleaning routines. Items that seem helpful in dry conditions become obstacles when floors are wet or steamy. Wall-mounted solutions typically provide better bathroom functionality than floor-based furniture. Towel bars, hooks, and shelving can handle storage needs without consuming floor space or creating moisture problems.
Item number 15. Formal living rooms reserved for special occasions. Many homes maintain formal living spaces that remain largely unused except for special occasions or important visitors. These rooms often contain the best furniture and the most careful decorating, but provide no daily value to residents. Dorothy from Michigan reconsidered her formal living room after years of minimal use. I kept that room perfect for company that rarely came. It had the best furniture, the nicest decorations, and the most comfortable seating, but I never got to enjoy any of it. Meanwhile, I was cramped in other parts of the house and could have really used that beautiful, comfortable space every day. The psychological impact of maintaining unused spaces includes both the burden of upkeep and the restriction of not feeling free to enjoy the best areas of your own home. These rooms often feel more like museum displays than living spaces where relaxation and comfort are welcome. Maintenance requirements continue regardless of usage. Formal rooms require cleaning, dusting, temperature control, and occasional rearrangement, despite providing no daily benefit to residents. This represents ongoing investment in spaces that don't enhance daily life. The opportunity cost of formal living rooms is substantial.
These areas could serve as reading spaces, craft rooms, exercise areas, or simply comfortable retreats for daily relaxation and enjoyment. Consider whether formal spaces actually enhance your hospitality or simply consume resources. Hosts often feel more welcome in comfortable, lived-in areas where hosts are relaxed and genuinely at ease, rather than worried about maintaining pristine formal presentations.
Item number 16. Oversized bedroom furniture that overwhelms spaces. Master bedrooms often accumulate substantial furniture pieces, large dressers, armoires, multiple nightstands, or additional seating that can make these personal retreats feel cramped rather than restful. Susan from Arizona described her bedroom transformation. Our bedroom had this massive dresser set that looked impressive in the furniture store, but completely dominated our actual space. Between the dresser, matching mirror, chest of drawers, and 2 large nightstands, there was barely room to walk around the bed comfortably. When we downsized to just essential pieces, the whole room felt like it doubled in size and became so much more peaceful. Large bedroom furniture creates cleaning challenges with multiple surfaces, crevices, and hard-to-reach areas that complicate maintenance routines. The time and effort required to keep oversized pieces clean and organized can transform bedroom care from simple tasks into significant projects. Navigation difficulties multiply in bedrooms where substantial furniture creates narrow pathways or obstacles around sleeping areas. This becomes particularly problematic during nighttime movement, when lighting is limited and coordination might be compromised. The visual weight of oversized furniture can make bedrooms feel heavy and oppressive, rather than light and restful. Bedrooms should promote relaxation and ease, but environments dominated by bulky furniture can create subtle stress rather than supporting peaceful rest. Storage needs can often be met more efficiently through built-in solutions, underbed storage, or carefully chosen multifunctional pieces, rather than large traditional furniture that consumes disproportionate space.
Creating your personal action plan. As we conclude this comprehensive exploration of items that can transform your living space, remember that every change you make should serve your current lifestyle and enhance your daily experience. The goal isn't to eliminate everything, but to make conscious choices about what stays and what goes based on genuine utility and joy, rather than habit or obligation. Start with the items that resonated most strongly as you read through these examples. Maybe it's that exercise equipment that's been gathering dust, or perhaps the oversized coffee table that's been creating navigation challenges. Choose one category that feels manageable and begin there. The transformation process doesn't need to happen overnight. Take time to live with changes and notice how they affect your daily routines, stress levels, and overall satisfaction with your living space. Many people are surprised by how significantly small changes can improve their quality of life. Remember that letting go of possessions doesn't mean losing memories or comfort. It means choosing to prioritize the items and arrangements that truly serve your current needs and lifestyle. Your home should support and enhance your daily life, not create obstacles or maintenance burdens that detract from your well-being. Consider involving family members or trusted friends in your decision-making process. Sometimes outside perspectives can help identify items that we've stopped seeing clearly, or provide encouragement for changes that feel emotionally challenging, but would provide practical benefits. Document your changes through photos or journaling. This helps you remember why you made specific decisions and can provide motivation for additional improvements when you can see the positive impacts of previous changes. The most successful transformations happen gradually, with careful attention to how changes affect daily living. Pay attention to which modifications bring the most satisfaction and stress reduction. Then use those insights to guide additional decisions. Your home should feel like your sanctuary, a place where you can move freely, breathe easily, and feel genuinely comfortable every single day. By thoughtfully curating your possessions and arrangement, you're not just changing your physical environment, you're investing in your daily peace of mind and long-term well-being. Thank you for joining us on this journey toward more intentional living. If this content has provided valuable insights for your own home transformation, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more helpful content, and share your own experiences in the comments below. Your engagement helps us continue creating content that makes a real difference in people's daily lives. Remember, you deserve to love your living space and feel truly at home in every room. The changes you make today can provide benefits that enhance your daily experience for years to come. Here's to creating homes that truly serve the lives we're living now, not just the lives we once lived or imagined we might live someday.